only interested in guzzling human beings, and you as dirty as a dog's waggler, cried the bottler. Soon the blood bottler would be come back, Sophie told herself, and he was bound to search the tabletop. But she couldn't possibly jump off the table. It was 12 feet high. She'd break a leg. The snot-cumber, although it was as thick as a perambulator, was not going to hide her if the blood bottler picked it up. She examined the chewed off end. It had large seeds in the middle, each one as big as a melon. They were embedded in soft, slimy stuff, taking care to stay out of sight. Sophie reached forward and scooped away half a dozen of these seeds. This left a hole in the middle of the snot-cumber large enough for her to crouch in so long as she rolled herself up into a ball. She crawled into it. It was a wet and slimy hiding place, but what did that matter if it was going to save her from being eaten? The blood bottler and the BFG were coming back towards the table now. The BFG was nearly fainting with fear. Any moment, he was telling himself, Sophie would be discovered and eaten. Suddenly the blood bottler grabbed the half-eaten snot-cumber. The BFG stared at the bare table. Sophie simply be jumping off that high table, so where is you hiding, Sophie? So this is the filthy, rotten garbage you is eating, boomed the blood bottler, holding up the partly eaten snot-cumber. You must be cockled to be guzzling such rub squash. For a moment the blood bottler seemed to have forgotten about his search for Sophie. The BFG decided to lead him further off the track. That is the scrumdiddly impetuous snot-cumber, he said. I is guzzling it gleefully every night and day. Is you never trying to snot-cumber, blood bottler? Human beings is juicier, the blood bottler said. You is talking roomy time, the BFG said, growing braver by the second. He was thinking that if only he could get the blood bottler to take one bite of the repulsive vegetables, the sheer fullness of its flavor would send him billowing out of the cave. I is happy to let you sample it, the BFG went on, but please, when you see how truly gluttonous it is, do not be guzzling the whole thing. Leave me a little snitch for my supper. The blood bottler stared suspiciously with small piggy eyes at the snot-cumber. Sophie, crouching inside the chewed uh, fan, began to tremble all over. You is not switching fiddling me, is you? Said the blood bottler. Never, cried the BFG patiently. Take a bite and I am positive you will be shooting out how scrum-deadly tedious this wonder Vang is. The BFG could see the Bradley bottler's mouth beginning to water more than ever at the prospect of extra food. Vegetables is very good for you, he went on. It is not healthsome way always to be eating meaty things. Just this one, the blood butler said. I is going to taste these with some 8 7 years, but I is warning you that if it is filthsome, I is smashing it over your snudgy little head. That he picked up the snus cucumber.